G'day, JP here again, and welcome back to MCS Zwift Racing. It's not just any Zwift racing, this is race one of the SRAM Send It series. As you can tell, I'm pretty excited about this. I was at work and I was having Zwift racing withdrawal symptoms from the weekend, and lo and behold, I get an email from Zwift telling me that they're running this new 6-race series every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. and there'll be pros racing, pro teams racing apparently. There's going to be live streams with Keenan and all other professional commentators out there, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm pretty excited. There's already about 200 or 300 riders registered, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Also, if you compete in 5 of the 6 races, you enter the draw to win a SRAM Axis Force ETAP, so a new SRAM group set, which should be great. So I reckon the odds there are pretty good. So today's race, it's out in Watopia, out in I think it's called Fuego Flats, the new desert course out there. The course is called Tick-Tock. So there's a 2.3 kilometer lead in, then it's a 36.1 kilometer race with 88 meters of climbing. It's a 2-lap race. So the course has been described as the flattest course in Zwift. So it's going to be pan flat, lots of riders, big bunches. I just can imagine it's going to be all pretty crazy. So as you can imagine, I was pretty excited at work. I immediately registered, rode home as smoothly and as calmly as I could, and got home and basically chucked the bike on the trainer and got this set up, and here we are. So pretty excited, as you can imagine. Let's talk race tactics. So the plan for the race is to get up the front, get in the breakaway, win the race, get spotted by some race team manager, get flown to France, race in the Tour, and win the stage on Bastille Day. Let's see how things actually pan out. Alright, here we go. Wow, look how many riders. It's crazy. This is just the lead-in. I've got no idea what's going to happen here. Oh, this bike doesn't want to shift too well. I imagine this is going to be the longest peloton in Zwift history. Never seen this course before. It's out in the desert. It's just recently been added as an expansion to Watopia. Oh, feel good, but not that good. Look at that. Crazy.
I have fallen so deep. Multiply the weight, hide and wait. I need my music to sleep. The demon in me is so weak. And then you came along, I kept you in a song, so I can play it in my mind when I am all alone. What's the magic spell? You really know me well. You got me hypnotized, I realize it's in your eyes. I hate that I love your scent. I hate that I love your style. I hate that I love your smile. I hate that I love your beautiful brown eyes.
Race hasn't even started. This is just a lead-in. 2.3 Ks. Here we go. Race starts now. I'm already cooked. Took it nice and easy on the commute this morning. Not because just because I've tried and do that. Anyway, more about that later. My point is I rode nice and easy today. It's a nice course. It looks like Looney Tunes, Coyote and Roadrunner. And there's some pushing power just to stay in this group. I don't even know where I am. Got to power up. Should have changed my wheels. I've got the 50mm wheels. I should have gone with the 454s or 84, whatever those deeper zip ones there are. Doesn't matter. In real life, I still haven't fixed that spoke on the back. I feel pretty good, but things are tight. Nice cadence. Heart rate's not too bad. How many Ks is this thing? 36 Ks. Plus the lead in, say 38.5 Ks. Let's not start looking at the how many Ks we've got to go when they've only done 4. So still on the first lap, big group here, or largish group. If you see in the mini map on the top right, you can see there's another little group a little bit further down the road, but I can't see exactly where they are. And there's another big group behind, so I'm about in the middle of the field. In this race, the classification is just A or B grade. So A grade is a very big group, and B grade is the rest. So can't remember exactly, but A graders might be 3 watts per kilo or something like that. So it's basically a scratch race anyway. Try and keep it in the middle of this pack. I want to stay out the front, but if I'm too far out the front, I'm working a bit too hard. See, I'm at the front again. It's a bit hard to communicate with the other riders. Just say, hey, come on boys. Let's just hold 250 and roll some turns and catch those guys. Oh, pretty much 6.9, 7 Ks down. There you go, 7 Ks down. 27 to go. So yeah, we've caught up to the group in front. It's pretty much all back together. Well, not quite. looking on my little companion app here, there are 2, 3, 4, 5, there's about a dozen riders. It's down the road. Now I want to stay in the middle of this group but not so far down the back. The legs feel really good, but still don't want to overdo it too much. Got to get to the end first. If I've got something left in the tank at the end, I can always empty that pretty quickly, as we know. There's probably a lot of live streams on. As I mentioned, Matt Keenan is commentating somewhere. I think it's on Facebook. If you're not in the MCS Facebook group, join. There's a link there where you can go and watch the live stream with all the commentators telling us what's going on, who's who, and all that sort of stuff. There's probably a lot of other live streams going on as well. I'll be probably the Thursday replay, highlights replay. What do you reckon? So as I mentioned, this is called the SRAM Send It series. Send it, bro. So it's a 6-race series. Every Tuesday 7 PM. This is race 1. They got all the routes out for the remaining races. Looks like a mix of hilly, rolling, everything. So stage for everybody. This is a flat one for all the sprinters, I guess. So my plan is to ride all 6 of these. It's just really good motivation. I think the Zwift race I did on the weekend snapped me out of a little bit. I was feeling a bit like a commuter. Too much bloody leg warmers. Too much of those winter sealskin socks. And I think that was getting to me. So this morning I rode in the cold with no gloves, nothing on my head, pink socks, and no leg warmers. Probably the gloves. Probably should have worn the gloves if I'm honest. My hands were frozen. But I didn't tell anyone that on the Gardeners Creek Trail. Apparently it's called GCT. Christian, thanks for keeping me up to date with all the latest commuter lingo. I haven't even got my fan on. What a numbskull. There we go. That's better. Try and stop wiping my face. That's what I learned. You know, I said you can learn a lot about your race by watching the replays. Well, one thing that I learned is that I wipe my face too much with the towel. I reckon that's costing me. So now I just want to wipe my face. Must have some sort of mental problem. I mean, I do have mental problems, but ones that we don't know about yet. As you can probably tell by my motor mouth, we're cruising along here pretty nicely. There was a period back there where my cadence was between 91 and 92 for God knows how long. If they give out an award for the most consistent cadence and the cameras were on me there, man, I'm going straight to the tour next week. Smooth as silk. No power, but smooth as silk. Alright, so by my calculations, this should be the final kilometre of the first lap. So this is something like what the finish is going to look like, except being such a flat race, there's going to be sprinters. And anything I learned from the last flat race is I'm not a sprinter. 4,500 watts is not a sprint. But hopefully I can put in a decent sprint regardless of the result. There's still that little group. There we go, lap 2. So there's 1 lap down and 1 lap to go. 15 k's to go. 15.9. So there is that group just down in front there. I'm not sure what is it. Maybe it's like, you know, there's some guys in here that know what they're doing and they're just leaving them out there to cook, and they'll just chase them down and I'll get spat out the back as we get closer to the finish. A couple of guys going now by the looks of it. So see, it's getting long and this train's just getting, all of a sudden was a big bunch. Now it's starting to spread out. It means I've got to not be back here. Got to be back in there where you can't see me. If you can see me, I'm either too far out the back or too far out the front. It's probably going to be the first one. That's it, hiding here. A couple other orange shirts. Matt Keenan won't be able to see me. Fly under the radar and go straight to France. Looks like it's all back together again. Try and stay in the front third of the peloton. It's going to come to a sprint at the end, and there's guys out there that can sprint 1,000 watts for after a race like this. They've just been cruising along. Even if they're doing the same numbers as me, that's still cruising along for them. Whereas for me, this is a bit more like a tempo, so it does take its toll. And they're just going to be able to put in monster sprints and follow wheels and do all stuff that I can't do, but that's alright. I'm going to get to the last K. I'm happy with where I am now. I just want to keep this up, stay up the front, and just see what I got at the end. Some other mistake I noticed about my last race, I was in the wrong gear. When I came into the run, my cadence was already at 100, and we're running into that downhill. I should have gone for a bigger gear. And then, I wasn't even in the drops, I wasn't even sprinting, I wasn't even out of the saddle. I just basically spun all the way. On that downhill run, I should have been in a bigger gear. Again, replay. So, hopefully, a lot to think about for my small brain, but especially when you're hurting at the end. But got to make sure I'm in the right gear. It's got to be a gear that I can push. These gears are shit. Sorry, these gears aren't set up very well, and the bike's worn and the mechanics me. So I'm always a bit scared to change gears at high speed, but I should be able to ease it into the right gear in time. It's as much about skill of riding a bike, I guess, as just pushing watts. For example, if this was a real race, I would have taken down half these boys by now, because my bike skills are not the best. I'm more like Mario Kart.
You will always always be by my side. It feels like it's hollow inside. I will send letters up to the sky. I wish I could hear your voice. Yeah, I miss you the most. 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 I miss you the most.
I just went up the front before to see what all these guys are queuing up for. I don't want to queue up if there's nothing up there. I don't know. I think I'm going to queue up anyway. Close the gap. Just on this downhill. Got left behind a little bit. I mean, a lot. Anyway. 7.4 k's to go. 7.3. Six k's to go. Let's see what happens. As you can see by the flags, it's mainly Aussies just because of the time, I think. And a few other flags. Hard work. 2.9 to go. 33.5 down. They're starting to 33.6. They're starting to push a little bit. Probably to numb all our legs. Well, it's working because my legs are pretty numb now. It's getting busy at the front as well. Everyone doesn't want to be too far back as we head into the finish. Final kilometre. It's a bit early for that gear. Let's see, it doesn't shift properly. $500 meters to go. Oh. Woo. Oh. Oh man. Whoa. That was nuts. That was really good. See, technically, this is exercise. Technically, they call it a workout. But man, I think a workout is like digging or going to the gym. Something as boring as that. This is... Someone's talking. This is way too much fun for me to even consider this a workout. But it's a bloody good workout too. There's no way I would have been able to ride if I didn't have that group pushing me all the way or finish like that. There's no way I would have got on my bike at 7 o'clock after the day's work and riding to and from work as well. But man, that was fun. SRAM series race 1. Paris is not far away. So here's our here's the numbers for the ride. Quite a bit down actually, 20 minutes, or was a 40-minute ride, but yeah. There are the numbers, 1 minute power. Let's check the timeline thing. So there it is. There's the course, Watopia, out through the desert. Let's check the timeline. So yeah, pretty smooth with the power. What's that? 280. So that peak there is 260 watts. I reckon it's about 250 through there. And 685 at the end. Not really a big sprint, but I don't know. I guess after, but I guess that's where you have to. I guess it's not easy, is it? At the end, you have to put in a big effort, and your legs are already feeling a bit sore. I think my biggest sprint is probably 800-900 watts, and that was not after this sort of ride. All right, let's save and exit that. Shall we check the Zwift power? Yeah. So looking at the Zwift power results, the winner was Ollie Jones from Team Turbo Squad with a time of 44 minutes and 11 seconds, and he averaged 383 watts. Second place is Samuel Brunland from Team Innovation, all the way from Sweden, and in third place, the third spot on the podium, third step, is Brian Hodges from Team Cryogen, all with the same time of 44 minutes and 11 seconds. So if we just scroll down, we'll see that that group was down to 14th place, 44 minutes and 11. Then we have the next group further back, and if we keep scrolling all the way down to position 70, there's me, Gianpaolo Basile, 48 minutes and 38 seconds. So I was in that bunch. It's in the 48 minutes and 38 second bunch of riders, 4 minutes down from the leaders. So a bit of a break at the end. So that's it. SRAM series race 1. Well, I'll be able to make race 2 as well. Hopefully there'll be a bit more climbing, or should be good. It's good to have this regular race to be able to do for a few weeks, something to keep me motivated. Anyway, I better pack all this stuff up and get inside and have some dinner. Until next time, GoPro stop recording.